What's going on, y'all? I'm Adam, and today we're gonna look at the SmallRig Advanced Cage System. And I bought this the other week, and I absolutely love it. I bought it for $120. SmallRig was having a sale, and I don't really use my gimbal that often, but I knew something like this would come in handy. Plus, if you're like me, you want to show up on site with something big and cool because it makes clients think your equipment costs a lot more. It makes them feel like they're getting that film experience, even though it's only like a $150 cage or something like that. But it's gonna help. They're gonna be blown away when you show up with something like this. So just remember that. But now we're gonna jump into it. I'm gonna take this thing apart and we're gonna put it back together. I'm gonna show you all the parts that come with it and what it is. So let's jump into it and then let's look at some B-roll of me using it.
All right, so we're gonna turn this into this. This is everything that comes with the SmallRig Advanced Cage. This is for the A7R5, the A7IV, and the A7S3. Here we have this little thing for your HDMI cable. So this part right here, you can tighten it, and you can see I can get my finger through here from the back. See that? And now if we slide this up, we can't. It's just to keep it tight on there. We're gonna jump to the handle. There's these little holes right here. This is to tighten it. If you need to get better leverage, to tighten it and make it more secure. And then you have this area right here. You have these areas to put anything in you need. These are 1/4" screw threads. And then you have this part. So this part right here, if you want to put a mic on there or whatever you may need, you can slide that in there. And then there's the side, and you can make sure this moves up and down if you want to. So you can just slide it down if you need more room, less room, whatever it might be, or if you just want to hold it different. And then we go to the bottom. It's really cool on the bottom right here. You've got an Allen key if you need it. It just pops right out. So if you need to get that leverage like we talked about, you can easily just pop it out and use this to tighten up. So that is really, really nice. And then we have this part right here, right? If you want to put a mic or something on there, you can. And you have this part right here, and you have this little button that slides down, and you see that little black thing? You see how I can push that down, or I can slide it and it moves? That's for something like if you want to put a monitor on there and you just want to slide it on. Look, you don't have to worry about it. I'm wiggling it, you can hear it. You don't have to worry about it. You can tighten it or unscrew it. Obviously, if you tighten it, you don't get as much wiggle on there. But when you unscrew it, you're gonna get that wiggle, but it's not gonna fall off. You gotta push down on that, and now it comes off. So that is very nice. The one thing that I think's weird, right? See this part? You can put an Allen key in there, but the Allen key, the extra Allen key that came with it, and the one in the bottom here, do not fit in here. Watch. So if I throw this in here, look, nothing. There's nothing there. It won't fit. So why? I don't know. But I have this extra one that's silver, so you kind of lose the black thing. Obviously, you can get a black one that's this size, but right there kind of adds like a nice little silver flair to it. But a nice thing about having something in there like that is this part right here. It fits right into there. So if you need to tighten it, that's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to use this, because the one that came with it, like I talked about, you try to throw it in there, it's not gonna fit. Look at that. Look at that. It's just too big for that. So do I know why they did that? No, but just be aware of that. Then we're gonna jump to the bottom, right? This part's probably my favorite, right? This side's right open, so you can get to the battery easy, pop the battery out. Then this part, this obviously just screws into the bottom of your camera. And then right here, we pop this out if I can get it. And look, that's magnetic, which is really nice, right? It goes in there. You can just put this in there and tighten it. And the nice thing about this is you can use it for this part too if you wanted to. But it would have just been nicer if they had it there. That's just my opinion though. And we slide that right back in there. It's magnetic, like I said. So that's it. So how does this go on your camera? So now I have everything set up for what we need to do this. And first, all we're gonna do is go to our A7IV right here. And we're just gonna take this and slide this on like that. That's all you gotta do is just slide it over top and it'll be on, and it's easy. The way I do it is you go to the bottom portion here, right? You have your screw thread, and all you're gonna do is try to line that up and take this out, and then just tighten it. Just take it out and tighten it, and make sure it's lined. Just make sure it's lined up. Now, if you have something like the Peak Design little red circles for their camera strap, sometimes it can be a pain to get on, especially on this side. Like you see how tight that is right there. So that can be a problem, and you will have to take your lens off. If you have something like this, the Sigma 24-70, this is a big boy, so it will not go on there with the camera lens on there. So next, all we're gonna do is go to this side right here and put this on here, right? So you have all these threads, right? You can see we have 3 right here, and we're just gonna put it on there and get one screwed in, and then get the other one screwed in. And like I said, this can take a minute, and you might have to get something a little more. strong to get that leverage to make it as tight as you want it, so that way you don't have to worry about it wiggling, because sometimes it feels like it's tight and it's on there, but you can kind of see, hear that wiggling. So you might just have to take this and tighten it just a bit to make sure that doesn't happen. Right, we're just gonna do that, and now nothing, right? So we're good, we can hold it on that side. So next we're gonna throw in the HDMI part, and the SmallRig part goes right here and point this way, right? So right here, you can see these two little holes right here. We're just gonna take the handle and line that up, just tighten it. Super easy. And like I said, you can, while you're doing it, you can use your fingers to get a little tighter. That's not a big deal. I just prefer doing it that way at first and then go on that, just because it's sometimes a pain to line up without it. So that's what we're gonna do. That's our setup right there. So that looks pretty nice. And then what you're gonna do is just pop your camera, right, take this off, throw that on there. I'm sorry if I did this and it paranoid some people the way I changed my lens. So here we go, it's all rigged out. One thing I will mention is if you're using something with a swivel screen, if this part's out too far, you're gonna have issues with it bumping into that, right? If it's all the way up here and I turn it, you can see right there how it's having a problem running into it. So just be aware of that. But this is it. And you can take that on site with you. And the footage I'm about to show is actually, I used it on site the other day. So let's take a look at that and see how steady it was. So the footage you're seeing now is just the footage I took the other day. Threw a lot over top of it. I didn't stabilize it. I didn't do anything else. But you can see how stable this can be. So if you don't want to take something like a gimbal with you, having something like this might do it for you. You know, very easy, very nice, very sturdy, made to last.